retired Army Colonel Douglas McGregor. Doug, good to have you with us. Let's start with keeping fighters there. It looks like the hand of the military-industrial complex, I will confess, that's the appearance to me, trying to hold on to some semblance of a presence in the area the president said, get the hell out.
Well, you've given me a tall order. You've asked me to make sense of it, and frankly, I can't. The president gave explicit orders to withdraw our forces from Syria. There was no mistake about it. It was unambiguous. And today, the Secretary of State suddenly, out of the blue, begins to talk about the alleged readiness of the United States to use military power against Turkey. This, of course, is the state that President Trump rightly recognized had a right to defend its borders and to eliminate the threat of Kurdish terrorism. And at the same time, the Secretary of Defense announces, well, I may leave some U.S. forces in northeastern Turkey. Presumably, he would like to see some of them potentially killed by the Kurds, then blame the act on Turkey and precipitate a war with the Turks. This is bizarre beyond belief, and all of this has to be seen against the backdrop of a crisis in Mexico where the Mexican government is literally disintegrating and 40 million Americans live along the Rio Grande, along the border, and they have little protection, frankly, because the Border Patrol is overstretched. The border is not closed. So why not bring those troops back immediately and help close and secure that border? You never hear a word about it for the reason that you mentioned, Lou. We're dealing with people on the Hill and apparently people inside the administration who are more concerned about enriching themselves in future politics by donors who want to keep us perpetually engaged overseas in these conflicts, even if it puts us at risk of war with Turkey. And remember, we have soldiers on the ground in Turkey, and we have 50 nuclear weapons there. This is the height of insanity.
And it is that act of insanity has been perpetrated by the Secretary of Defense, who, in my, forgive my judgment, but it looks to me like he's just violated the chain of command, violated a direct order from the commander-in-chief for all the world to witness, and the commander of those troops in northern Syria has to surely understand that the President of the United States wants him and those troops out of there. And
absolutely,
as you said, unambiguous. But everything seems to be diffused into ambiguity in this Pentagon now. It is the strangest Pentagon I've ever witnessed. You're the military man, but when we see General Mattis and I won't, let's go through the list, defying direct orders from the president and getting away with it, shouldn't somebody be fired for this?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's clear to me that this Secretary of Defense couldn't find a grenade in an ammo dump. I don't understand why either the Secretary of Defense or the Secretary of State have not been summoned to the Oval Office and told to submit their resignations. I mean, we can do better. This is incomprehensible. It's indefensible. And, you know, remember, Trump wants to do essentially something similar to what Mr. Erdogan wants to do. Mr. Trump wants to protect the United States and its people. Right. That's what this is about. It's not about a larger share of money from the defense industries or foreign and domestic lobbies. But that's exactly what we're dealing with.
Colonel Douglas McGregor, as always, appreciate you being with us and your insight. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you.